Please weigh in on this. I saw a post on Facebook about a young girl who recently passed in Libya, um, a Benin girl by the name Osarume. She was sent supposedly to Europe, to make the family proud. And Osarume couldn't cross over to Europe, so she decided to stay back in Libya. She was selling herself for money, got ill, and then she died. But prior to her death, she was very ill and needed about 150,000 naira to buy medicine. And she couldn't work anymore, if you know what I mean. And so one of the guys there in Nigeria reached out to her family and said Osarume needed money. And they refused to send the money. According to them, they didn't have any money. So a few days after Osarume died, this is nothing new. I mean, we've heard so many stories. Some parents sending their daughters to Europe for greener pastures to get money without skills, without any education, because they know what they are going there to do. I grew up in Benin City. I'm from Benin City, and this was rampant. Some of the young girls at that time were taken to shrines to swear that they would not run away from what they call sponsors, and that they will pay the complete money, which is usually over 100% of whatever amount was spent in the traveling process. I just want to say to you, is what I've tagged the sacrificial lamb. You are not a sacrificial lamb. God didn't give it to your parents for your parents to use as an object. Osarume died and nothing is going on. I mean, she's dead, she's gone. But there was something else that caught my attention in that story is the fact that after she died, this particular guy who had called the family to, ask for help, was called by the family that if Osarume had any property whatsoever in Libya, that the guy should sell it and send the money to them. Can you see? Even in her death, they didn't care. So before you get up as a young girl, I'm focusing on the ladies because it's very, very uncommon to see a young guy being sent by his family to go and prostitute to send money home. But for you, a young girl, right now, your mother is telling you that you are their future. You are the one to remove them from poverty. That's a big lie. You didn't tell them to bring you into this world, and you are not going to be an object in their hands. It is a lie from the pit of hell. They're going to sell you and they will not care, because any parent, any father or mother who can take their child to a shrine or take their child to a stranger and say, take my child to Europe to bring money, that person or those people are not worthy of the title parents. And you as a young girl, you have the hashtag make mama proud. You don't have to. You don't have to do it that way. There are so many other ways you can make your parents proud. You can learn a skill. And if you want to tell me, oh, I don't have money to register, things are very difficult, I don't have money to register to learn a skill. Can I tell you, if you have money to be on TikTok for 24 hours, if you have money to buy data to be on TikTok, Instagram, and the other social media platforms, you can as well use that data to learn a skill on YouTube. YouTube is a goldmine. There are people who have learned tech skills, not paying a dime, just from YouTube. They were consistent, they studied, and they got jobs. You can even, as much as, oh, I don't know anything about tech, you can learn how to make it on YouTube. You can learn how to do makeup on YouTube. You can learn how to cook on YouTube. You can try recipes, you try them over and over until you're good at them, and then you can sell. But I want to tell you, you are not a sacrificial lamb. Do not indulge. A quick story. Growing up in my area in Benin City, one of my friends then in the area, because I'll call her my friend, we're all playing together. Our mom was on a case. Our mom would go to the village to buy gari and sell. And so because this girl was tall and pretty, the mom would say, you have to go out there and help me. Why was the mom doing that? There was another neighbor whose daughter had gone to Europe. A few months, she started sending money. Quickly, the neighbor moved out of that neighborhood, built a house far away. And this woman was jealous and envious of that family. And she began to put pressure on her daughter. She pushed so much pressure on her. She didn't know where. Sometimes she would run away from the house and sleep at her friend's place. She was moving house, just sleeping everywhere until she agreed to her mother's terms. When she got to Spain, They got into the asylum camp where they were to stay in a camp and then seek asylum. She went out to try to get something. She was hit by a car and died. She had not even sent €1 home. And the mom was wailing and crying. And I remember, because I witnessed and I experienced, I saw what she went through. I saw her mom and just imagine growing up in that kind of neighborhood. You need to be stubborn for yourself. You need to be stubborn for the things that are right. You need to tell your parents, I did not send you. If you're poor, go and do something about it. If your mother so much as say, oh, you don't want to help us, tell your mom to go herself. Tell your dad to go. Let them try for themselves so that they can bring the money. It is their responsibility to nurture you, to feed you, to protect you, to provide for you, not your responsibility. Please, young lady, do not indulge. Whether you're going to Europe, whether you're doing it locally, please, you need to stop now. Do not be a sacrificial lamb for a family that do not care about you. You deserve better.